What's going on, guys? Digital real estate is back. Hope you all doing good today. As we usually have, Bitcoin is up in front of us. We're on the 4-hour duration on the charts. Hang in there. We're going to get started in a minute. All right, so what we see here is the price is just bottoming out. As we kind of anticipated, based off of our trend here that we set back from who knows when, right? It's been a long time. Let me tell you that. So, basically we're going to form that W that I mentioned in the last video, and then just kind of swing back up here, find some, what we call resistance or a stopping point, and then come back down maybe halfway, maybe in this range here, and then finally bust through. And how long that's going to take depends on you guys. I mean, who's buying, who's selling. Eventually, the market can't keep going down or it can't keep going up. So at this point, we can't keep going down. So we couldn't go up anymore, so we started to come down. And now eventually, you just can't keep going down. Eventually, you have more people buying than selling. And you can just see that in the metrics. If you guys know where to look, you'll certainly know, how to benefit from it. But at least on a chart standpoint, as we're looking at it right now, you can kind of see which direction the market's going to go based off how it's reacted in the past. So, just kind of zooming a little bit back out here, you can see if you fell down through our wedge, we eventually busted below our major trend support over the past decade. Doesn't mean we failed it completely. We're just testing it. We've tested this before. We've swung under here and kind of, did some moves under. Sometimes we whipped really low below it, depending on events that were, out at that time. So, what we see now is basically a W forming here at the bottom of our support. Our support is based off of the last low prior to this low, which is actually a higher low to some extent. It's about $125 more than we wicked down at this point. So we have a $39,500 low back in September, and now we are looking at a low currently of $39,625 it was. I don't see it going lower. I'm not saying it can't. I don't see it going lower. And I didn't see it going lower here. I just said it would just kind of just sit in this area, in this range, swoop back up. It may not even break down. We saw some buying going on. But we did, so it's not a big deal. You always just kind of wait for that double bottom, especially on a long time frame. And then after you've already set a double top, you need the next look for your double bottom before you want to get in. So that could have been in a couple areas. You could have said, oh, well, here's another area we should probably consider getting in. You can see some of this why the market stopped for a moment here and then went up, and then just more selling pressure just kept driving it back down. And people said, oh, well, maybe this area here where it flagged out, you can kind of see that held for a while in this area, and then it trickled down, and then it finally found its support at its double bottom. Oddly, right? But that's just the way markets work, especially that's the way Bitcoin works. We've seen that, as I pointed out, in other areas of the chart. So there's no reason to get bearish. I said the other day, in the short term, don't get bullish because you want to kind of wait until you get confirmation. Once you do break out of your falling wedges or your triangles, are they coming back to retest? Yes, it did. It actually retested our line that we were forming here, and this is basically set from the low point here to our wick and just stretching it out. And now we can see, and we'll zoom in on this right now. You can see a lot of the closes, especially the important closes, are over this line. And then even today, as we came down and touched it, you can see we really got bought up by a lot. We had a good push up. Now we're seeing some stalling in the market. We said that was going to happen. We're not looking for just a blast through here. It's going to be methodical, so it's going to be probably a W. It may even drag out even longer. It may just sit here, then come back around, then back up, and then hit, and then back down again, and then finally bust through. So that could be in the next week or two before we get up into the $46,000 to $47,000 range. And then we're going to see how the market reacts from there. Will it flag over and continue up, or will it spill back down to touch this line again? And then by February, get into the $50,000 ranges. It's all yet to be seen. I mean, we don't know yet exactly which way the market's going to go. Nobody really does. We're anticipating based off the chart, though. So keep that in mind. You know, this analysis is based off of the chart reading. It's not a whole lot of other things really put into it, other than experience of dealing with this asset class. So take it for what it is. There's no financial advice here. But we are successful at trading Bitcoin. That's why we do it every day. We have for several years, and we're just sharing our take on the market, and hopefully we can help some other people understand the market, or at least understand how, you know, a good way to set up a chart is, especially if you're going to play trend lines. Everyone has different strategy. Some people don't have a strategy, so you know, if you don't have a strategy, maybe this is something you may want to try. If you have a strategy that works and it's doing great for you, then obviously stick to that. If you have something that's not working or sometimes working, maybe you want to eliminate some things or try something new. This really isn't anything new, at least in my opinion. I don't think I'm doing anything new that anyone doesn't really know about. But, you know, we're just looking to capitalize on, you know, reading a chart. So, I mean, with all that said, I just don't see Bitcoin going down any further than the $39,500 price. If it does, so be it. Then we look for 30K, as we talked about. We're not always going to say the price is going up, but in this case, from this point forward, we can definitely feel and see the price going up. Not being biased based off of being a holder or being in a long position or anything like that. Just reading the chart, you know, having a feel for the market, understanding it. Seeing how others are reacting in chat rooms and stuff like that, you know. When people get really bearish, it's usually the time to get biased, especially after we've already, like, dropped out. You know what I mean? Like, if people are getting bearish and the price just fell down 10%, then, yeah, you know, maybe you want to kind of play it really neutral and see which way it's going, because maybe people are starting to get into that sell mode. But when you've dropped 40-some% and you've already confirmed a double bottom with a 10% move up, and then you still have people in the market bearish, and you see a lot of it trying to be pushed that way, you know for sure, you know, something's up. You know, these guys are either just skittish, they're just not real investors, or they're working for people that are telling them to act like this, or they're just, you know, bearish for whatever reason. You know, maybe that's, you know, whatever their indicators they're using is giving them a bearish feel, or maybe it's, you know, looking at their bank account or their portfolio. It's just not what it was 2 months ago, and you know, you can't be perfect playing this game. You just have to try to find the best areas to capitalize on. So for us, the best area for us to capitalize on right now is just adding to our long position. So the more chances they give us down here at this green line, the more we're going to add to our position. We're hoping to have something towards the largest position we've had in all of our trading history. Just, you know, looking for that final push up, or at least 100% move to 88,000, and then, you know, retreat back and then get one final push, like a blow off top scenario in the summer to fall months. So that's what we got for you today, guys. I appreciate your time. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps me out. If you like the content, hit the like. If you dislike it, hit the dislike. Leave a comment below to let me know what you all think about the market. Take care. Digital Real Estate is out.